And we are starting right now. Oh wait, is this good? Alright, is this good?
Yeah,
Is
that's
this
totally
good?
fine.
Okay.
I'm just using it to pull up my reference photo.
Okay. So first off, hello, nice to meet you. What is your name, year, and grade?
Hi, my name is Katie, and I am a graduating senior. I am a fine arts studio major with an emphasis in painting and drawing.
Awesome. Wait, what is your last name?
Oh, Katie Weston. Sorry.
Katie Weston. Perfect. No, you're good. All right. So the first question: as an artist, what is your goal?
I think my goal right now is to have a practice that speaks to my life experience and my life perspective. And I really am craving just attacking my painting practice when I get done. I don't know if I want to necessarily support my practice through selling work, but I definitely want to support my practice through finding residencies and funded programs. Yeah.
So is your goal still to you mentioned you didn't want to sell your work, but are you still interested in exhibiting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I definitely I really want to have a solo show.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of see my senior thesis as a way for me to explore what that would be like for me.
Oh yeah.
And explore subject matter, because I don't think that when I graduate I'm ready to put this concept to bed yet.
No, you should definitely share these.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I hope you're planning on
I
it.
definitely
Yeah.
see prints being made, but I'd rather have the originals to myself just a
I know
little
how
longer.
that is. That's why I'm so hesitant on it's a big way for because you said you're a studio or drawing major, fine arts major, painting major.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I was I'm thinking about that. It's a big part of making money that way is selling them, which is so hard as artists. Cause,
And I really see myself in a lot of the work that I make, especially after making so much self-portraiture.
Which soda are you?
I'm Pink Lemonade.
Nice.
The orange soda represents the people that make me feel like pink lemonade. And yeah.
The pink lemonade is you.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm definitely a Fanta girl.
I love orange soda. And then this one is grape soda and then marshmallow fluff and then cake mix style.
Where'd you take these? Sorry, for the audio listeners, we're looking at her paintings in her studio. Where did you did you did you take photo references or how'd you
Yeah, so I take a lot of pictures of store shelves. I can show you them on my phone. I've got a little album going, but the pink lemonade is an imagined world, all about how for so long I felt like I was an empty shelf, and then through COVID the shelves were empty, and I don't know why it was a positive thing for me to kind of see that in the world, kind of all right, well, the world is just as unstocked as I am. And then I built myself up and I stocked my shelf, and I was really thinking about what I was wanting to put on my shelf, and I had a really transformational spiritual experience in Colorado in 2020, which is what inspired the 2020 tattoo on my arm. That made me realize I feel like pink lemonade, or I feel like the way pink lemonade tastes, and I know that that's who I need to be for myself, and I also need to be that for other people, to be that for myself. And I was just thinking about what that shelf would look like, and when I was painting it, I made it all free because it's important to me that pink lemonade never runs out, but also that it never runs out because, there's never an issue with the price.
Yeah. Well,
so it's always in demand, so we're always making pink lemonade.
I love that. Besides, apart from it just looking cool itself, I love that. I love the concept and story behind it.
That's
super cool. So next question. Where do you see yourself after you graduate? I guess, you know what? At this point, I should have just got rid of this question because I always say, sorry, it kind of sounds like the
No, but I think I definitely see right before you came in, they're like still pulled up on my laptop. I was looking up like year-long artist residencies, and I really think I'm craving just like
a getaway,
like somebody to be like, all right, you wanna do this, do it, and you better do it because I'm paying you to do it, and just give me not like solitude by myself, but like solitude with other artists to just like create and like live and breathe these artistic like practices and live that and apply those to our lives.
So you were saying our residency is your is where you see yourself after you graduate?
Yeah.
I love that. I definitely wanted to experience one myself. I think I just heard about the concept like pretty recently from a teacher of mine. I was like, no way, that's real. But it's so cool. I love that they make spaces for artists like that, even in this day and age.
I just like, I really want to have have you seen The Bear on Hulu?
Yes.
The main character, he like goes away to all of these different countries and states and like learns from the best chefs in the world. And then he comes back home and like runs his family's restaurant with all of these new fancy gourmet techniques, and he like took the time to like learn who he was through the practice of cooking. And I really want to have that plot, you know, like I really want to learn from like the best artists in the world and like make with them.
Yeah, I wonder. Like,
but the best artists in the world are all around us, man. Like the people here. Like I feel like I've really just like learned a lot from the people around me. So it's just like I just got to be around other artists.
I know professional artists like take out interns if they're like rich enough. Would you ever consider doing that in the future?
Yes. Oh my gosh. If the dream is like having my own industrial warehouse, a huge place with so much space to dance and move and set up, and you can make it a gallery, but it's also a studio, like an airplane locker. And I want to have like 2 or 3, obviously I'll start small, but like having a studio assistant would be so wonderful to like, I don't know, I feel like a studio assistant seems more like a partnership than like a internship, you know? And yeah.
That's so cool. Could I add that to the question?
Absolutely.
Your response?
Yeah.
I love that. Next question. What made you choose an art school instead of like, I don't know, going independent right away after high school?
Yeah. So I graduated high school in 2018. I went to Bloomington Jefferson in Minnesota. Okay. And I went to Bemidji State University that same fall. And like immediately I knew, I was like, oh, this sucks. I'll stick out the year, you know, and then I'll move back home and I'll go to the community college up the road. And then I went home for Thanksgiving break that semester. I was like, fuck no. And I was like, all right, I gotta leave. So I transferred to the community college the next semester. I moved back in with my parents. And then I went to that community college for a full year. And in that time I was working like roughly 30 hours a week as a supervisor at Starbucks. I had been working there since I was 16. And then in December of 2019, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This sucks. I don't feel, I just didn't have it like a purpose. I wasn't able to like actually investigate that purpose. I was just kind of doing what I thought I should have been doing and doing what I was told, but also not doing what I was told, you know? And then COVID happened, which was a blessing in disguise because I had already decided that was going to be my gap year in January. So then I went to Colorado in January of 2020. And that's when I had my life breathed back into me. Pink lemonade came back into me.
Can I ask what happened in Colorado?
Yeah, so I just was able to go out into... Wait a minute, it's about drugs. Is that okay?
I mean, it should be fine.
Okay.
This is your story.
Okay, period. I was able to go out to Colorado to visit some of my my old coworker and her partner who had moved out there, and they let me stay with them on their couch for like 5 days, and it was my first solo trip, so my first time buying a ticket myself and getting on a plane and taking the train, and it was so freeing and wonderful, and I got to try some magic mushrooms for the first time, and it was like an intense experience, and I was really, really introspective, and they had these 5x7-inch canvases, and I was painting, and I was actually wearing...
Oh, I love how they just canvases in there.
These glasses when I was tripping.
Oh.
And when I was... that's when I, like, realized pink lemonade, because I was drinking it, and I was like, yeah. I was drinking the pink lemonade, wearing the pink glasses, and I was like, I know I want to be the way that pink lemonade tastes, so let's fucking do it.
Wow.
And it was so empowering, and when I got home, I was really, really sad, because I was like, I see, like, the best version of myself that I know I can be, and I just can't be it here. I can't do it here. Like, something's not working. Stuff has to budge.
Were you planning on continuing community college for the 2 years, or?
No.
Okay.
I only decided to go to Normandale because I wanted to leave Bemidji so urgently. Yeah. So it was just, like, the next best thing. And I was like, I just like, stay in school, fucking whatever. I'll figure it out. And then... like COVID happened, and Starbucks gave me 3 months off of work, paid, and I got to sit in a house that I wasn't paying rent in. I had no bills. I was getting paid, and all I did was draw and paint and watercolor and watch documentaries, and like I was like fulfilling my curiosity and my like interest in learning and my interest in knowing the world, but in a way that was fulfilling to me and not necessarily fulfilling a standard. And then I just was like, okay, art schools, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, MCAD makes the most sense. It's 10 minutes away from my parents' house. I don't really want to leave Minnesota right now. It's not right for me. And then I actually ended up getting COVID in November of 2020.
Oh, no.
I got quarantined for 18 days, and in that 18 days, I did my whole portfolio and submitted by December 1st so I could get the laptop scholarship if I got in, and then I got in. And then 2021, I started here, and January 22, I got my 3rd floor studio, and I've just been cooking away ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ironically,
I always say I'm cooking. That's why I think I like really... I also have been... working in the food service industry since I was 16.
Yeah.
And I'm just...
And you did mention the bear. I just think it's so funny. I know you gave me that beautiful story, but for the book, could I just use the last part?
Absolutely.
Where you said MCAD was a good choice.
For sure. Okay. You can edit this however you need to edit this.
I feel like I've been doing all these people a disservice because they've been telling these great stories. I'm like, I'm sorry, this book is 4x7. I have to summarize it.
Please edit down as much as you need.
So you can say how much you want, which is I love that. So
that's such a great aspect.
Listeners, thank you for listening right now.
Thank you.
So next question, what do you think about the state of the art industry right now?
The state of the art industry.
And maybe since you're in fine arts, what do you think about the state of that industry?
Okay. Okay. I think that I want to be hopeful that this isn't the case, and I don't want to sound like a pessimist. Because as an artist, you really need to know how to exploit the capitalist system that's exploiting you, But I think as a fine artist, I really am concerned with my work being boiled down and mediated via Instagram or Pinterest or TikTok.
Or this book.
This is like an expression of like an art form, but I feel like fine arts really in a digital age have taken a hit, and post-COVID it's wonderful to see like art museums trying so hard to get people in the door. But I think fine art has to adapt to the digital age, and to get people in the door, your work has to feel atmospheric, I feel like. And so there's been this kind of push to encourage more of an interdisciplinary practice so that you can compete with the digital age and like compete with digital entertainment, because people are entertained so easily by scrolling on Instagram and seeing your art, and it's so easy to brush off on a scroll, where I feel like it's much more fun and interesting and entertaining to see this in front of me. It's the same size as a TV.
I definitely think you're right. Like, it just, you know, when you're like in a space and setting surrounded by the actual artwork, you know, it's not just like scroll away or walk away. You know, you can really like, you know, look at the brushstroke, appreciate like each detail. And you know, I don't think people really do that on Instagram.
Yeah, I work fairly large. For listeners, I work about the same size as like a car door. And
I see it.
My friends that come to my studio that don't go to MCAD, that don't see me too frequently, are like always really shocked when they see how large my work can be. I have some paintings. I did a 4.5.
It's 30 by 40.
They're big.
Yeah.
I did a 4.5 by 3.5 foot self-portrait of my head inside a bubblegum machine.
Oh wow.
And it looks really, really small on Instagram, but it's like it takes up like 1.5 of that.
I see. Wow.
So it's like my work is large and for a reason, but it has to go in that little tiny square.
No.
And it has to. How else am I supposed to share my perspective in a world where people can't see each other, you know?
I think you make a good point. When was the moment you knew you wanted to be an artist?
I think the moment I knew I wanted to take it seriously was in the fall of 2022. But I think that I've always been a very expressive person. Like I did theater and band, and I used to do a lot of SFX makeup, which was really fun. And so I feel like I've always just been expressing who I am artistically or creatively, oh my goodness, in whatever sense. But I think maybe when I was like 5 or 6, I started drawing portraits of like my neighbors on the porch in the front yard, and I think that's when I was like, yeah, this is it for me.
Oh,
yeah,
that's really sweet. Do you experience imposter syndrome, and if so, how?
Yeah, man, it is tough. When I'm in my like slow season, right, where like my inspiration just isn't coming.
When is usually the slow seasons?
I feel like I'm like really, really driven in like a 6-week cycle. I feel like it's like every 6 weeks I feel like I'm like I hit like a massive wave of like inspiration, and then it's like a woof, and it stays at that plateau, at that peak for like a full 6 weeks, and then it just kind of slowly dwindles away, and then right at the lowest of lows, when I need my inspiration the most, something comes, and then it's back. I forgot the question. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. Imposter syndrome.
Oh, yeah. I think that it shows up for me a lot through, like, negative self-talk, where I just, like, I have to remind myself that my practice is a part of who I am, and honoring that part of who I am allows me to honor every other part of who I am. And so by thinking that it's not as valuable as it is, makes me feel like I'm not as valuable as I am, which is no fun. So I think that's why I really like to maintain a certain level of like foolishness and childlike whimsiness in my work, because it does keep me coming back to the studio to be happy about what I am trying to express.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then last question for the book. Do you have one advice for freshmen, or you have any advice for freshmen? Or even for yourself when you were a freshman?
It is so important to find the people who will stay up at night with you to work on your finals even when they could be sleeping.
Oh.
And it is so important to find the people that will go outside and sit with you on the lawn if you just need to go smoke a cigarette. And it is so important to create with people next to you, and it is so important to hold space for people. And I think MCAT is finally coming back into its life post-COVID, because I started when we couldn't see each other's smiles. So like,
how was that?
It wasn't friendly. And it's not that people weren't friendly, it's just that no one knew if anyone was. It was just so ambiguous. No one knew anything.
How was the COVID experience?
I think it was really the first time in my life that I met the line between loneliness and independence. And I really, really struggled with teetering loneliness and independence until I would say last fall. And I think it was kind of with everyone too, because we were wearing masks like mandatory masks up until the spring of 2023. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was like the end of May when we finally didn't have to wear masks and could like smoke a cigarette on the lawn sitting on the same blanket. So I think I don't know, it is so important, and I really do feel for the people that were in high school and early college during COVID, because like community is not like a concept. Community is like a real characteristic of who you become. And I think having a strong community of people that are like-minded and curious, like artists are, is such a wonderful space where you can just really be sensitive and explore yourself and others, and it's just so wonderful. So my advice to freshmen is to find the people that make you feel like pink lemonade and stick with those people. And when your glass is full of pink lemonade, make sure your friends have it too.
Oh, so many good quotes from you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, we're in the bonus round, so let's clap.
Bonus round.
Woo! So, bonus questions. And so these aren't as deep or philosophical, so you can give however long or short you want. Number one, what, in your opinion, makes an artwork good? Or makes a good artwork?
Right, everything is so subjective, guys. Don't cancel me. I think that what makes artwork good is when you can see the work, you know? Like when you can like see that someone was fighting to get that shape on that nose just right, or like when you can tell like that is thought out, you like hauled ass on that. Like I think it's just like, it's so sexy to like see just like a prideful work, but like but just like a humble brag artist, you know?
And they know it too. They're like, look at
they're like, yeah, Doug, I know. Don't even worry about it.
Or like when you point it out, you know, they get so happy, and I love that I love those interactions.
Oh, when people point out the like secret hidden my favorite parts, I'm like, ah! Thank you, you see me for who I am.
I'm trying to look, but I don't have my glasses right now. But yeah.
It's okay. I have to take a lot of eye breaks because the fluorescent colors can, they're like really draining on my eyes, and I have to have these lights on all of the time.
Yeah, I just look at because these are like what, Nia paint?
They're with fluorescent and interference and iridescent paints.
That sounds
it's like
really
science
hazardous
class.
and poisonous.
No, I am only painting with acrylics and using water-based things. I know I have traveled everywhere I can go with oil, and it is not safe for me. I am too messy. I'm a finger painter. Like, I can't have my nails all the way done.
Oh.
Because I'm a finger painter. That's why they're all covered
that's why
in
the
paint.
pointer. Yeah.
And that's why I can get, I don't know, the physicality of painting is way too important to the ways that I express these ideas. I gotta get in that. I gotta get in the mud. You can't keep a pig out of the mud, dude. Get me in there. Get me in that shit.
Like, me and the painting must be one.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fun. I love getting dirty.
Next question. As an art style that you love and one that you hate.
I guess it's more of a movement, but I love like Dadaism and like free, funky wonky stuff. I love like the Bridge the Gap, Die Brook movement, art stuff. I love still lifes, but I don't like the ones that they make us do here.
Oh,
I wish that they would just like let me set it up with like funnier and more interesting stuff, because like it's really boring. You really have to imagine it to be more wonderful than it is.
You gotta just like, I remember
and it's
doing
like,
it.
What the heck? Dude, I'm trying to like paint like silly things and you're making me paint like a dead horse head. Do you hate me? I'm trying to paint fun
like,
Freddy
I think they're trying to lull our imagination before we start. They're like, we'll show you what's not fun.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
So they're like, we'll show you what's not fun before you have fun.
Yeah.
They're like trying to test us.
But I don't know. I kind of like, I don't know. Doing those aren't too bad. They're just like ugly. And it's like, what do you do? It's like such a costly material investigation. And like for the people that don't have to take any more painting classes after Intro to Painting, I feel so bad for.
Oh, you gotta do still lifes for paintings too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I thought you were talking about the foundations drawing, which like, those are interesting.
The third floor painting studios. You should go up there and explore.
I have been hearing about that. I should really check it out.
Get up there and explore the entire third floor on this end. So if you go up the stairs and you go, so you know where the Gray Studio is?
Yes, yeah.
And then there's the alcoves.
I'll take a look. Are they open all?
Okay. They're just like this. They're just the mini brands version of these studios.
Oh,
if you go, so then there's the elevator, and then by the elevator there's those alcoves. Okay. Instead of going where those alcoves are, there's like a printer and these glass offices. And then if you just look to your right, you'll see just a white entrance and it's studios.
Oh, okay.
Get up there. Some fun stuff up there.
I will take a look.
Get up there, yeah. And then on the exact opposite end on the third floor, so I guess that way, is the third floor painting studio. So like the Morrison Drawing 1, Drawing 2. Yeah. There's a giant painting studio.
Wow. Yeah.
I hope I'm not explaining like this school to you that you already know.
I don't know my way around very well.
That's
so this
okay.
is helpful. I like to listen back to this to give instructions. Next question. What is your binge art food?
Ooh.
I do see a lot of food around you.
Okay, so lots of candy. I am a sweet tooth girly. I love candy. Kit Kats are my number one probably. I love dried mangoes, like dried sweetened mangoes. Love Skinny Pop popcorn because I like when it's wet and kind of tastes like olive oil.
Oh, that's not the reason I love them.
Okay, you gotta get on the Takis and the pickles, a hamburger chip pickle and a Taki.
Bro, this is all rough on the stomach.
Yeah, I know. It's horrible what I do to my body in here. Like, this is not nutritious. I'm drinking a Celsius and It's 8:49 p.m. Friday night, and I'm drinking a Celsius.
You know what?
I have homework. I gotta work.
Yeah, you gotta get your.
I'm grinding. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of sweets. You're more sweet than salty, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but I love having a burger. I had a burger today. It was wonderful. Coca-Cola.
Okay.
Love Coca-Cola. I'm definitely a beverage girly.
I was gonna say, like, I'm guessing, like, the medium you choose, like, probably influences, like, what you drink and eat.
Yeah, I, like, really have a hard time, like, remembering to eat when I'm in here. And so having snackier foods is helpful. And so, like, protein shakes, like these OWN protein shakes have 30 grams of protein in them. It gets me through the day, you know, and it's so easy peasy. I think that I'm not a starving artist in that, like, I'm, like, hungry and poor and dying on the street starving artist. I think I'm a starving artist in that I just forget to eat because I just love painting my funfetti.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, why did you choose this major? I think we already talked about it, but if you want to just give a brief comment.
Yeah, fine arts. I went with fine arts studio instead of just painting and drawing because of how Media One influenced my the ways that I want to express my ideas and concepts that I think of, and working interdisciplinarily. Like, I do performance art, and I also do like photography and like animation work and little short films, and I also paint. And so I've also made installations, and that being able to work in all of that has really allowed me to discover how much of my voice comes out in my painting and how much my paintings can influence the decisions I'm making conceptually and compositionally when I'm doing digital stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you think you make art for yourself or for others?
I think I used to make art because I was told I was good at it, and then I stopped making art because people told me that the thing I was doing for me was for them. And then when I went back into art, I feel like I discovered that art is like the only way for me to feel like I am like honest is like expressing it this way, because I feel like I'm working through a lot of vulnerable concepts a lot of the time, and bringing it out this way allows me to feel more empowered. And I think my dad, he was an artist, and I think that he passed away in July. Sorry to cry.
No.
He was an artist, and I think that I kind of will always be an artist for him, you know? And because he was kind of always like an artist for me. And that's what my marshmallow fluff is about.
Oh my God.
It's my dad if he was standing in the grocery store in heaven.
You're making me cry. Oh my God. Yeah, in like the marshmallow kind of resembles clouds. I see it. Wow. Well, I mean, the next question is kind of unserious.
No, it's okay. I'm so unserious, dude. It's okay.
But yeah, sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Unpopular art opinions. Let's rant.
Yeah. I think that critical thinking is far more important than technical ability, and that you can be a better teacher, or you can be a better drawer than your drawing one teacher, but you'll never know more about drawing than them. And I think that taking that ego hit is important, and not enough people are doing it. And
wait, hold on. Let me
like,
sorry, what did you just say?
Like critical thinking, like
like you could
like
be
your
a
ability
better
to
drawer than that teacher.
Yeah, so like your technical ability could like be like far beyond the technical ability of whoever is teaching you drawing one stuff. But I mean, like, learning the craft, learning the industry, learning all of the things that you need to do, learning how to manipulate the tools and techniques for that material. Like, you're never going to know more than someone who has 20 plus years on you.
Exactly.
So, like, let your teacher teach you, but also help guide them how to, I don't know. But, like, I think that the kinds of artists that bug me the most are the artists that are too afraid to confront just what a practice really can be. And I think, like, if you're not willing to get deep and vulnerable and dark and twisty and if exploring, like, your mind and your thoughts is that scary, that you're lacking critical thought, that maybe art isn't for you. I don't know. That sounds so mean. I feel like I'm
hey, it's your unpopular
I don't know
opinion.
if I'm making sense. I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know anything. I put beach balls in a room and call it a day. Like, take
don't
this
undermine yourself. This is your unpopular
this is
opinion.
my unpopular opinion.
Listeners,
critical thinking is more important than technical ability. Period.
It's funny you say that because I was interviewing some other class. I think it was some juniors, and they had the opposite opinion as you. So maybe you have to just listen.
Oh, I'm gonna maintain peace and tranquility and not share my thoughts on someone who disagrees with me.
It's your unpopular opinion right now.
I don't know. I think it's really interesting to think about maybe why do you think it's more important that you're so straight up in your composition than allowing for a little bit of wiggle room and breath work, you know? Like why does something have to be so represented so concretely for your concept to be perceived? Like, why does it have to be perceived so concretely? Why can't it be perceived by the masses, by many people's perspectives going into that work? Like, I don't know, if you're that insecure in the concepts that you're working with, maybe you need to do some reflecting on how you're thinking about those concepts, and maybe be a little bit more critical, and maybe get into them a little bit more. I don't know, be a bit more curious. Don't be afraid, and if you're afraid, do it anyways. Be brave. Like, art is about bravery and expression and vulnerability, and to be vulnerable is to be brave, and to be brave is to do this work. And to do this work, you have to be able to think about how many perspectives can be reflected into the work.
I love your take. I love your take. I will say, like, I was at this one gallery show. It was actually, I was at a gallery show, and this artist, his work was great, and they were, like, really well done, really clean.
Yeah.
But, you know, his concept behind it was just like, I don't really care. Right, which kind of made me think, okay, I don't really care about this, then either.
Yeah, it's like, okay, if you're that apathetic.
Which is, so for me, my opinion now, I love art with, like, deep concepts. Like, I also appreciate art who that is just aesthetically lovely.
Yeah.
But I think, like, added a concept with it, like yours, like, it's by itself without knowing it. I'm like, oh, cool, it's like so well done, juice. Knowing the story behind it, I'm like, oh my gosh, so well done, juice with a story. That, like, makes it even better and advances it. I think it, for myself as a consumer of art as well, it just makes the narrative interesting. But also, I'm like way into, like, storytelling and art, so that's just how I perceive art.
Yeah.
But I
think having a piece be just aesthetically pleasing tells a story in itself too. Like, things can be just pretty and things
That's what
can
my Pinterest is for.
Everything is so subjective to how everyone's life has, you know, like, I don't know. A large portion of my like thinking with these is like we are all products of our environments. Let me make myself into a product of the environment I want it to be, you know? Pink lemonade.
Yeah. Wow, thank you.
Of course. Of course.
I'm thinking like
has anyone asked you any of these questions yet?
Sometimes, yeah.
What is your goal with your art practice?
Whoa, hold on, what's this?
Yo,
the table's
we're switching it up on them.
Actually, I will be doing my own interview later. So
cool.
I will save that for later, listeners.
Yeah, it's coming up right after this commercial break. Crinkling the chips.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking, I'm like, yeah, okay. Next question. Biggest art inspo. Who is your biggest art inspo?
Ooh. Alex Chitty, Lindsay Cherrick Waller, aesthetically Suzanne Valadon. I really love Dadaism, surrealism, like psychedelic funk aesthetic stuff. I don't know. There's so many influences I could think forever. I really love the grocery store, Sam's Club.
You actually meant grocery stores and Sam's Club.
I really love going to like big box stores and looking at the shelves. It's like a very peaceful thing for me. Wow. I kind of want to go to the grocery store tonight.
I love that.
Crazy
That's
Friday night.
That's the most unique answer I got.
Thank you.
Your favorite process in your art?
Dancing.
Oh.
Yeah. It's so wonderful to dance in here with and just
really?
You
have room to dance?
Yeah, because I like just push that wheelie chair goes back there. This stool goes back in that corner. I move the dog bed up, and then this ottoman fits underneath the chair that you're sitting in. So it just fits right there, and I tuck everything behind it. So there's literally nothing behind me but my one taboret.
And you're like kind of secluded, so it's not like anyone.
And I have this fancy, wonderful, beautiful piece that Linnea painted me, and it's my door. So I can just shut it whenever I need to.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, but dancing is so fun in here, and like I dance with my brush, and it just bloop, bloop, bloop. It's so fun. That and hanging out with the people in here really helps the process of feeling like I can do it, you know?
I love that.
Yeah.
Last question. Can you say one nice thing about AI art?
About all my art?
No, AI art.
I absolutely can say more than one nice thing. I'm trying to think of the one nice thing I can say. I think that AI art is a really, really, really great way for like Gen Alpha and younger to visualize and conceptualize some really big things because of maybe how desensitized they are to media and trauma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although I would think it might stunt them.
I think so too. I think that
I
think that there are so many wonderful tools to success that also really can become enabling fast.
I mean, I think, there are always going to be people, now that AI is out, I think there's always going to be people who will use it as a crutch. But, if you really do enjoy art, and if you really, have that passion for art and drawing, that will not stop you.
Yeah.
At least I hope not.
Yeah.
Because, the joy is the creating part, not, typing in the prompt. that's like a different mindset in my opinion. So I think that part will never die.
I also think like generative fill on Photoshop is fucking fantastic. Oh my gosh, it is so nice. I had to edit myself out of like 900 frames for an animation for a stop motion of a beach ball playing at a playground. Ain't no way I could have done that without AI. Oh my gosh, because it just like I could click my figure and then poof, it was gone.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so easy peasy.
You know what? Yeah, I think a lot of people had a hard time complimenting AI art. I don't know why I had this question.
It's a great question. All of your questions were so wonderful.
Now I have to answer it.
Thank you for wanting to ask me them. That is so special to me. Thank you.
Well, you know what? Thank you for having this space. I am definitely a person who judges a book by its cover. So when I saw your studio, I was like, I need to draw that, and I need to know who this person is behind the art. Thank you for having me, Katie.
Absolutely.
And if you see Katie around class, feel free to say hi.
Yeah, my studio's in the back. I'm only here for 5 more weeks, and then it's
actually.
Yeah, I graduate on Friday, December 13th.
Oh my god!
Cool, right?
So wow.
This is it. You get me for 5 more weeks, and then everything here has to leave. I have to leave the space like 2 days after graduation.
Who's gonna replace the space?
I don't know, but I really want to make sure that before I leave, whoever replaces it is gonna be good for Cassie. Like I feel like I wanna email ESS with her, and make sure the person that she finishes it with, because also Cassie and I have had classes together since our first day of school.
Oh.
We had Foundations 3D together.
For the listeners, Cassie is Katie's
my wonderful studio mate, my best friend. She is my ride or die. She is my dog. I'm feeling really melancholy about leaving, but I'm feeling really hopeful that when I leave, I'll still have what I'm letting go of here. Because I don't think I'm gonna be going anywhere too far.
Yeah.
I do think it would be fun to have a job on campus. But I don't know what I would do here. Because I think I need to let myself fly,
Live a little.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah.
Get that plot.
Yes. I need my plot to be just have a little bit more roller coasters in it.
Well, I don't know what to say. Wow, I didn't know you were leaving so early.
I know.
Oh my god, it's gonna be weird, walking into this back studio.
It's gonna get painted over.
White.
Right? I really am. I'm excited. I'm gonna have Benji, the person who documented my 3rd floor studio. I'm gonna ask if they can come and document this one for me.
Oh yeah.
Who's
Benji? Sorry.
Benji Salinas. They graduated in May of this year. They are a photography/media artist.
Okay.
I don't remember their Instagram, but Benji Salinas, great person.
Good to know.
That's my dog too. But yeah, I think it would be really fun to come in here, document it. I kind of want to be the person to paint it white.
Ooh.
Yeah, I kind of want to be the one to lay this space to rest.
I think they would appreciate that.
Yeah, I think so too, because I have paint up to the ceiling. It's 12 feet high.
Did you reach that?
I taped a paintbrush to a stick.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow. What were you gonna write? QT? Or just
so I wanted to put my name on the wall, and no one knew I was back here, so I was like, it's gotta be high enough for people to see, right? And then
is it high enough?
Yeah. And then I wanted to make a neon love galaxy.
Oh.
So that's what that is. It has glitter in it.
I love it. So were you here during the summer, or you got okay?
I've had this year round, and I had my 3rd floor one from the beginning, from January of 2022 to the spring of 2023, and then I got this in the spring of 2023, or in the summer of 2023, because I had summer classes.
Yeah.
And then I just
sorry, I'm gonna.
No, stop.
We're 49 minutes. Goodbye. You're good, Katie. You're good.
I'm so sorry. I took all your time.
Here, no, you're good. I just didn't. We said bye earlier, and then we're still talking. So
I'm a chatterbox.
No, you're good. Let's just on a count of 3, we'll say bye in sync, and then I'll turn it off.
Cool.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Bye.
Bye.